We are live, ladies. We are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Dishwasher Blonde, good to see you. Jimmy, Positive Mom. Hi, Miss Butterfly. Good to see you. April P. Splashing Full. Thank you all for being here. I'm limited on my screens right now because I'm at a hotel, so I'm trying to keep an eye on Bobby's chat. I have Stacy on the panel with me, and I have Shannon on the panel with me today, and we are simulcasting to Kim Rock's channel and to Bobby's old channel. So the way it works when we simulcast, guys, my channel is like the main chat. So if you want to be in the main chat, please come over to my channel to watch the stream. I'm going to try to keep and flip back and forth with Bobby's stream, as his chat, as much as I can. But it would just be easier if you're in Kim Rock's or in Bobby's chat, just to come over to my channel, and then everybody would be in one place. So I want to thank everybody that's in all the chats for being here. There's just way too many to mention now.
Oh, Suze, by the way, it's if you want to mod Ashby, that would be okay. If you see Ashby.
Yeah. I don't see them yet.
Yeah, you guys need to come over to Susie Q's channel for the main chat.
Yeah.
So hi, everybody.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it's been a while since I've been on a live. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it has been very, very quite a while.
Yeah.
So
well,
thanks.
Busy. You know.
Yeah, life. It has been really, really busy.
Yeah.
So I know we have gotten tons and tons of messages, people wanting to, hear what we, thought about the documentary, think about the documentary. I know a lot of people have reached out to me personally asking about Bobby, since his picture was shown and his name was shown in the documentary. So we figured we would jump on here briefly to discuss some things. We are planning a much bigger stream with as many people on the panel as we can get, as far as the people that have been involved with this from the start and former employees of his, and do like a big large discussion and show some screenshots, show some clips. There won't be any screenshots or clips. I think we might actually show one screenshot because Shannon needs to address something.
Yes, please.
But, for the most part, this is just going to be a chit-chat stream. And as soon as we can lock down a time, I will schedule that live. It's just with everybody, trying to get as many people as we'd like to be on there. Obviously, it's hard with everybody's schedules and the time zone differences and all that. But as soon as as soon as we know, it will be scheduled and it will be out there. So Shannon, let me pull up that screenshot so we can just nip that in the butt real quick before we discuss the documentary. So let me bring it up. Okay, I have it ready to screen share. Do you want me to go briefly about what it's about, and then we'll show it and then you can address it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, Feldman has his, supporters, his Feld fam, his obsessed fans, whatever you want to call them, doing their usual stalking, harassing us, threatening us, and everything else, lying about us. And one of the things that a certain person, man from Canada, and his goons, and a former huge supporter of us, Jules, and his team. I like to call them the Struggle Bus Gang. Um, their lies and their slander that they're putting out. One of those things is they put out a screenshot of Shannon's from a group that we were all in,
Two
where
years ago.
yeah, 2 years ago, where Shannon was talking about a movie that her and Judy and Greg were working on. Um, this was not a documentary. This was actually a movie script. It had nothing to do with Corey Haim, nothing to do with Feldman, nothing to do with pedophiles, absolutely nothing like that. And now they're trying to turn it in. So let me go ahead and share the screenshot, and then I'll let Shannon go into more detail about it. And Jules and Angel, they were, they all know what this movie was about and that it wasn't a documentary that Judy was working on. They know that for a fact, and they're just, twisting and lying to fit their narrative. Shannon, are you able to read that, or do you want me to read it?
You can read it and then I'll explain it.
Okay, so Shannon says, and this was on January 17th of 2018.
Yeah, and this was a private group chat that we were in with, I believe, I don't know that Jules was in there, but
No, Angel was.
yeah, like these
Mm-hmm.
people know better. They know
Yeah,
better. But go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. So Shannon had said, yeah, apparently he found a backer. So talking about that Feldman had claimed he had found a backer for his documentary. Then she says, can't be anyone major. There's not any major studio that's going to make that. And he's full of shit. You don't need that much to make a film like that. The budget for the movie me, Greg, and Judy are working on is 10 million. And that's only because of special effects needed and some of the stars we have attached. LOL.
Okay. So yeah, we were having a discussion, I believe, obviously, about this doc because he had just come out with his GoFundMe or Indiegogo, whichever one. I can't keep track of them anymore. Um, it was when he came out asking for the $10 million to make a documentary, and everybody's like, you don't need 10 million, whatever. So we were talking about that. And that's what I said, apparently because he had gone and said he had thought he had found a backer. And that's why I said it can't be anybody too major because, major studios aren't going to fund that. It doesn't take $10 million to make a documentary. You can make one on an iPhone 11 these days. Give me a break. But yeah, and I mean, everybody knew, in this group especially, that we had been working on this film. And let me just give a little backstory. There's a couple of scripts that, and one of them was actually a script that Corey Haim was working on with Greg and another person before he died. They had started writing this script. So that's kind of one of them. But the script that we were working on was one of those scripts. And it's had been working on it for a while. Greg had been working on it. And we thought it was interesting, and so we all sort of thought about producing it. Okay. So we had been talking to investors and distributors and things like that at the time, and like I said, we were just talking about producing a film, okay? No big deal. And it's so annoying when people take your words and twist them. Nowhere in this screenshot does it say we're working on a documentary film. First of all,
Right.
you don't need 10 million. Second of all, common sense tells you when you read the screenshot that the special effects alone Why would you need special effects for a documentary?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, and the script. Let me go back to the script. That the script. It's a sci-fi action adventure script, is what it is. So that's where the special effects come in. That's where the big budget comes in, because you need special effects for a sci-fi action adventure.
Yeah.
So for them to take this screenshot and just twist it to fit their narrative, and some of these people, and I think even, the people that are on this panel know better. Like, I know Jules knew. I think even Kimberly Watkins knew.
Mm-hmm.
Actual film. It's ridiculous. I mean, I
They're
just
just
can't.
always constantly looking for stuff to turn around and twist and to try to just slander us and to fit their narrative. And,
Well, they're
they,
using,
what?
yeah, I mean, they're using it to go after Judy.
Right.
And, saying that she's trying to fund her own $10 million documentary. And that's just simply not true. That's a lie. And anyone with half a brain can read that screenshot right there and realize it's a lie, because
Yeah.
once again, you don't need 10 million for a documentary, and you don't need special effects for a documentary. I mean, get a brain. you know i'm
Yeah.
just I'm just sick of these
Um,
people and their lies when they know better.
oh, I
um
mean,
I,
they're just.
I love the way that they don't show their side of the conversation then when they post this stuff.
Oh, of
right.
course not, because then it wouldn't be able to fit their narrative and the
Of
way
course.
they twist stuff. And they sit there and they are constantly slandering us, harassing us, lying about us, twisting stuff. I mean, I could sit here for the next 2 hours and show example, example, example. And this has been going on for years. It's part of the reason why Bobby was like, you know what, like, this is just, I'm over it. I'm done. Bobby has been out of this for a whole year now, right?
Yeah.
And these people, they're still bringing up his name and attacking him. And, Shangy and Jules and, the Feldman members that are involved in the channel now, they want to sit there and say we're such horrible people and everything. They actually said in a tweet the other day, I think it was a tweet or a community post about Bobby. They said, oh, now we know why Bobby wore those ugly bandanas, because he had to keep his brains from falling out of his cracked skull. So,
Disgusting.
and that was because they knew that Bobby had had brain surgery. And so they took something like that and just made a comment like that to attack him when he hasn't even been online or associated with this in any way, shape, or form for over a year. This is what these people do. They had said to me, last week, I was in a chat with them and they were being nasty. And, oh, is your mom proud of you that, you talk about Corey Feldman? Oh, yeah, you can't talk to your mom because she's dead. She's in heaven. They attacked my kid. They have said absolutely disgusting things about Judy.
Oh, yeah, don't even. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
which I'm not even going to go there. And these people sit there and say these horrid, wretched things, and why they're trying to say that we're the horrible people and we're bad people because we speak out facts about Corey Feldman. Facts, and some of it is facts, and some of the stuff is our, opinions or reaction on things. But we have the right to do that. And they, so that's just been going on. And I want to let everybody know that legal steps are finally being taken. Um, Myself and some other people were waiting for this documentary to come out and to go from there. I can't go into too much detail about that now at this time, but I just want to let everybody know that things are being handled legally now. Um, Kim and I were told that her and I were going to be in the documentary, and we were not. So that was good. Um, but I don't know how many of you guys saw it. So we'll start talking about the doc now. So Monday night was, the big premiere or whatever. I had set up a pre-stream that was private. We were watching Corey Haim tribute videos because I felt that, that it was important to remember why we were all there. And then about 20 minutes to 8, I attempted to log in on the website, and it had said that there was an error. It wouldn't work. And then people in the chat were saying everybody's getting that on Twitter. Everyone's freaking out. And then somebody said, oh, it's working on Firefox or Firewall. I don't remember which one it is. So, my husband came out here. We downloaded that on the computer. It still wasn't working. And everyone was complaining on Twitter. And then so we were looking at the tweets. I was still live streaming, screen sharing, and there was a video. Maybe we should find that video and play it.
I think it's on your page on Twitter.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up real quick here. So then we find this video. So Feldman was at a theater in Hollywood premiering his, the movie, and the rest of the world was supposed to see it at the same time. Well, 10 minutes into the movie, he was informed that people weren't being able to, log into his site. So I don't know if that's the one. Here it is. So he stopped it at the premiere and said, people aren't being able to log in. I don't know if I should continue showing it. And there's somebody that comes over, a speaker. And then, of course, Gina, the hooker. So, she says something. And so he walks over there with the mic. He's like, what'd you say? And she's like, oh, well, I can say who's doing this. The Wolf Pack, they talked about doing this, but I thought they were just joking. And I could name names. And it was Susie and Shannon. So let's go ahead and click on this.
Yeah, I can't even figure out how to upload an avatar to this thing, but I'm a hacker.
Yeah. I didn't even know how to download Firefox or Firewall, whatever the hell it was called. But yeah, I'm a hacker. All right, let's see. Hold on.
How? Well, they would.
All right, let me rewind it. Hold on. So, and mind you, now there's 364,000 views on this video. Never mind, it was put in a bunch of articles. All right, hold on.
That's what we've been seeing since the beginning of this. And they've been clearing it and dealing with it, but they keep coming back. You can't fight it off. It's too strong.
Wow. Holy crap.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Uh-oh. No, wait.
They're hacking us in real time.
So there you go.
You know who it is. How?
Well, they would in like 10 minutes.
I'll say this out loud. Hold on, wait. What did you just say?
It's Wolfpack. They've been bragging that they're going to do this crap. I was hoping they were full of it because a lot of times they are. But I mean, I can name names right freaking now. I'm Susie, Shannon. I mean, it's all of these people.
It's Susie. It's Shannon. All of these people. These Wolfpackers.
Yes, Gina the Hook. That's exactly who it is.
And can we just discuss why Courtney was wearing a dress like she was at an Oscars with a freaking backpack on wheel? Whatever, we'll save that for another time. But
Backpack on
that's a
wheels.
whole nother different thing. No, it reminds me like, little kids, they can get those little backpacks that's like travel bags, but they can bring them to school now with the wheels. That's what it
Right.
reminds me of.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So of course, everyone's trying to figure out who the hell the wolf pack is and who. Hold on, let me just show this clip right now while I'm at my Twitter page because this is classic. This was
You're roboting, Sue.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, you're roboting.
All right, well, let me play this and then I'll try to fix it. Oh, man. Sorry.
That's my new favorite video.
It's hilarious.
I know. I'm going to have to. Let me close some things out here, guys. Like I said, and I have Shannon on the panel with me there. Emerald roboting. Can you guys hear me okay, or is it still roboting?
No, it's fine. You're okay now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's better now.
okay. Let me just do this. Okay, is it all right? Everybody in the chat, can you guys hear? Okay, so
People
it's
are
better
saying, yeah.
now. All right. All right. So we see that video, right? And we're all like, are you freaking kidding me? We're getting accused of hacking. Like, we're sitting here trying to watch the damn thing. And we said many times that we were looking forward that this whole thing was going to be over, that the doc was going to air, he was going to be able to say what he's been wanting to say, and the shit show would be over. So, whatever. So we're, keep standing by. He's got his, HDM, Heather May, the CPS caller that runs his websites for free. He's telling people, contact her. And she's, just copy and paste and please be patient. They're trying to do it. Whatever. Well, we waited about, 2 hours, you guys? 2.5 hours.
Yeah, must have been.
And it never got fixed, obviously. So we ended, the unlisted stream I was doing. And then something popped up recommended for me on YouTube, and it was somebody doing a live stream, and it was like, did Corey Feldman's stream get hacked by the Wolfpack, or whatever the title was. I clicked on it. There was like 350 people in there, and this guy, his name's DeFango, he was on his backup channel this night, though. He was trying to figure out who this wolf pack was that Feldman was talking about. So he's like Googling Hollywood wolf pack and all this stuff. So I'm in the chat and I'm like, oh no, I'm the big bad wolf pack person he's referring to. And then he's playing that video we just watched. And I said, I'm the Susie he's referring to. And then I ended up jumping on his stream briefly that night and explaining it. And
Suze, you absolutely rocked that interview. It was great.
It was
I'm talking about the one Monday night. I did do an interview on his main channel, which is Defango, Defango, on Tuesday. And please, if you haven't checked out that interview, please do. If somebody has access to it, if they could please share it in the chat, I would appreciate it. Because I went back on his main channel on Tuesday and kind of gave, the backstory as quickly and as much as I could. So, but now we're Monday. So we all go to bed, well, I went to bed for 2 hours. Shannon, I don't even think you went to
No,
bed.
no, I was up for
Or was that
more.
Tuesday night? I can't even remember.
No, I was
So,
over 24 hours.
okay.
Yeah.
So, Twitter's going nuts. People are pissed off because they weren't able to see the doc. Tuesday morning, after I, slept a total of 2 hours, I wake up and Twitter's blown up, and I see I was tagged in a tweet from somebody, and they said, "We are the hackers who hacked Corey Feldman's documentary." Whatever it said, and then it said, there's people called the Wolf Pack that are trying to take responsibility for this hacking, but we did it. It wasn't them. So I had replied to him in a tweet, and I also sent him a DM. And then, I tweeted him saying, "Please check your DMs." And I said, "Hey, I don't know who you are. We're the wolf pack that Corey Feldman speaks of, and we never said we hacked him or took responsibility for that. We got accused of doing that."
Yeah, I put that tweet out.
I think I did too.
Yeah, I tweeted and said, no, we've been accused. We're not taking responsibility because we didn't do it. We're being accused.
Right. And then, I was looking at the guy's Twitter page, just like I'm sure everybody else was.
Yeah.
And they said that the reason why they hacked his stream is because they did not agree with the fact that people were having to pay $20 to get names of pedophiles. So they hijacked his stream, and then they apparently had access to the credit card processing thing. So they were trying to give people refunds, but they had to do it one by one. But there were plenty of people that tweeted saying that they got the refund. And then they were planning on showing the documentary by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. Well, Feldman and the streaming company or whatever it was, they got back their website, and then he started showing it, I think, I want to say like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday. So we were watching it. I actually had an interview with DeFango. This was Tuesday, scheduled for 3. He pushed it back to 3:45. I didn't see the last 10-15 minutes of the doc because I had to go over and do the interview. So now the documentary.
Oh boy.
Stace, go ahead. You haven't been able to say too much yet. I got my mouth running. So let's go ahead. You talk now, hon.
That documentary literally put me in a funk for about 2 days. I was so not depressed, but I felt really down. To me, it was 90 minutes of bullying.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to, in my opinion. And the thing that's made me feel so sick to my stomach, we all know Judy said how many years ago that it was Dominic that did what he did. He thinks it's justifiable now to come along in this documentary and say, yes, Dominic did do it, but it was consensual. Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. And how
justify it.
Right. How can a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 12-year-old consent to something like that? Are you fucking kidding me? And Haim called him out in that diner scene. And I guess that's Feldman's way of trying to cover up the fact, since he lived with Dominic and hired him on movie sets. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so we all know obviously Feldman was emancipated at 15, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I think in the law that makes him legally an adult. I think that's what was said anyway. But yeah, to try and justify this relationship that it was normal, are you kidding me? You know someone that young can't consent.
Right. And Dominic was a very obese, nasty, gross
He's vile.
man. Yeah. I
And
Yeah.
even
mean,
the thing, you can see.
is that not him victim shaming Corey Haim by saying, "Oh, well, that's, not rape or molestation, that was consensual." Like, who the fuck says that anyways, you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this doc was nothing but revenge
A witch
against
hunt.
Corey Haim, revenge against
Yeah.
Judy Haim, revenge against Charlie Sheen. That's point blank all this was about. He straight up told Judy that it's payback time in those emails. Funny how he didn't show, that side of the conversation. Um, and we all know, that it was all, to get back at Corey because he embarrassed him on the two Corys when he called him out.
Yeah.
And, he said, it's payback time. And I don't know, it's just absolutely, that doc was absolutely just disgusting.
Yeah,
And Susie Spragg, like seriously, she has really pissed me off. Didn't she apologise to Judy a few years ago?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. She after her divorce with Feldman, she went to Judy and she begged for forgiveness and apologized. And she admitted that, her and Feldman were doing tons of coke on the set of the reality show, and
Yeah.
that, her head wasn't obviously in the right place. And now she's, in the documentary. But when she said the thing about the Charlie Sheen thing, she
Yeah.
said, oh God, she didn't say, oh, I heard, she goes, um, apparently or something. She said, apparently Haim said that Sheen, like she said, and I was like, I honestly think what that's about is that, as we've been told by many people on the record and by many others off the record, that Corey Feldman films his little sexcapades, okay? And that's one of the reason why Susie really didn't fight him for more child support. That guy only pays $750 a month for child support. I
Wow.
mean, give me a break. I guarantee you there's men in this chat room that pay more than that for their child support. Because I know men who have, an average job and pay more than $750 in child support. And from what we have been told by many people, is that he has sex tapes of him and Susie, and that he holds those over, her head. And I
That
think
doesn't
that's
surprise me.
why she was in that documentary.
Right. Well, Corey, Corey Feldman, he's been in this business his entire existence. It's all he knows. Um, and he was getting parts and he was, doing good, like with Stand By Me and things like that. And then along comes this kid from Toronto, whose name is also Corey, who's, let's be real here, better looking,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
talented, starts coming into Hollywood and taking his roles. So he didn't like Corey Haim from the minute he stepped into Hollywood. He didn't like him before he met him.
He
Um,
called him a little bitch.
yeah, he called him a little bitch. This
Well,
little
yeah,
bitch
and
comes into
he even says in the documentary, he talks about it. Oh, I was asking, well, who's this kid with my same name that's coming here? And he brought it up in the documentary, and you could tell that he's still resentful, resentful about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing about this documentary. Me going back to saying this was nothing but a payback, like he said, like he told Jude that it's payback time, and he made it all about Corey Haim and Charlie Sheen and, Judy and all that. Let's talk about where his parents were. You know, there was nothing about himself in it. You know, there was nothing
Right.
his abuse. Not that I remember anyway. Maybe I need to watch it again. But let's talk about where his parents were. You know, you
Right.
trash, other people's parents. Where were yours?
Right.
You
I
know?
can
Exactly.
tell you, his mom was in hotel room spreading her legs doing lines of cocaine, and his dad was out, spending his money and whatever else. I get it. He had shitty parents, but like
Right.
he projects that onto Corey Haim and to other people, and like he honestly, and I need to watch the doc again because when it was finally working on Tuesday, I had errands I had to run because I was getting ready to go out of town. So I literally had earphones in and listening to it at the store and stuff. And so I need to watch it again. But that's an absolutely good point, Shannon, is that I don't recall him really talking about his abuse or what he
I
went
don't.
through or what he did to help him get over that abuse. I mean, this was all about helping the kids, saving the kids, right? That's what, him and his freaking Feldman cult want to say. Well, why didn't he, talk about what you can do to prevent that? And I know he did say he's trying to get the laws passed and they have to look more into it, blah, blah, blah. But that's just him tooting his own horn and trying to take credit for something that people have been working on for decades. And he just jumped on that bandwagon 2.5 years ago because he was asking for $10 million. Okay. But like, he did not go into sorry, you know what word I'm trying to say, and talk much about his abuse at all.
We didn't.
At all.
Right.
And just to make a point, I don't know if anybody else picked up on it, he showed proof in that documentary that the whole Wolfpack thing's made up anyway. He filmed himself going to the police station. Why would you do that? He actually filmed himself, goes to the police station to make a police report.
For the restraining orders? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what notice how he filmed that, you guys? Him going and, oh, I gotta write the letter to the detective. But yet he didn't follow up with the end result of those restraining orders. Why didn't he show the one time that he went to court and Margot didn't go and he had he contacted the blast and had the blast waiting outside for him? Why didn't he show even that part? Or why didn't he show the part where the other 4 restraining orders were thrown out and dismissed?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's so in fear for his life that he doesn't even have us served, first off. Then second off, he doesn't even show up in court to fight them. So yeah, okay. Scared for your life.
And then the other thing that he showed was some memes, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna show these memes in depth, the second part that we do, where I said we'll show more screenshots. But unless Vex happens to have tweeted it, there's something else he tweeted that I'm looking for. These memes, they were like black, white, and gray, if you guys saw it in the documentary, and it pops up and they said something like, Bobby Wolf is coming to LA with other Wolfpack members to kill Corey Feldman. Bobby Wolf's coming to LA, hide your children and your wives. They were horrible memes, okay? And this happened in June of 2018. And this happened when Bobby had a falling out with Sarah. I can't say her name because she does illegal strikes on videos. It rhymes with carrot. I like to call her Sarah Hathaway. She used to date Hathaway, and she, slandered that guy and everything. But that's another story for another time. Um, she got infatuated with Bobby and fell in love with him, and he was, done with her and her shenanigans, and he had a girlfriend at the time. He was not interested in her, and she's, not mentally stable, so he cut off contact with her. Well, this woman went nuts. I'm sure a lot of you know about it. We discussed it many times. And he was coming out with Shannon to my house in California to visit, and she was losing her mind because of that, right? Like, God forbid he comes to California to visit me, and another female's coming, Shannon.
Yeah.
So she went nuts, and she created fake text messages from Bobby. She sent around pictures that were supposed to be a human penis, but like, she was just saying he did all this, like he was sexting with her, sent her nudes, and slandering him like crazy. And she made these memes, and she had put it on Twitter. It was an account called Crystal Myers. And that's how we found out about the memes, because she put them on a Twitter account and said, at, Corey Feldman, Feldfam, and whoever else she tagged in it, these memes need to be reported. The Wolf Pack is threatening to kill Corey, and, they're coming to LA. Well, of course, the Feld fam goes bananas, and Charisse at the time was, Team Feldman, and so they're going nuts, and they're taking these memes and they're tweeting it to the FBI, the CIA, Twitter security, blah blah blah, the LAPD, everybody, and they're like, look at Corey Feldman's life's in danger. You need to do something about Bobby Wolf and Susie and Shannon, blah, blah, blah. And so
Yeah, we're
I
so
had,
busy.
I had responded to this Crystal Myers account that put these memes out. I said, funny how you're the one that put these memes out there. It wasn't like she was retweeting, memes that we put. I said, funny how you're the one who put these tweets out there, and whatever I said. I think I accused, I said, we know it's USB or whatever. I said, I have a screenshot of it. We'll show it on the next stream. And immediately she deactivated that Twitter account. Well, they were already all over the place, because the Feld fam thought their, poor freaking gremlin was in danger. So I then find out I had people come to me that were associated with SB at the time, and they said, Sarah made those memes. Here's the screenshots of her talking about her making those memes. Here's a song she did, which I just played recently. I think it was on my backup channel. Like, she even created a song about something like, what was it? Was it the Christmas jingle? Something about the
Yeah.
Wolf Pack was coming to kill Corey Feldman, okay? And so then I was trying to reach out to Sarah. Shannon, you had even talked to her too, because even when you guys were all here in California, like, I was trying to calm her ass down, because she was just infatuated with Bobby and just saying, like, why are you doing this? Like, it's okay. And you know,
Yeah, that's like that was like when we were in California. I remember she had called you or something right before we
yeah.
were dinner with Scott. That's the one and only time, aside
Oh,
from
yeah. She
when
was
she first.
losing her shit because we were going out to dinner with Scott Schwartz, and she was, telling him if he went to dinner with us, she would never talk to him again, blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to her. Well, long story short, she admitted to me that she made those memes. So not only do I have messages from her where she said that she created those memes, that she made that song, and that, you know, it was a joke and she's allowed to make memes and songs of whatever she wants. And if people take it, you know, a certain way, that's not her fault. That, you know, that's what she does. She's a comedian. She's a whatever she was referring to herself at. And I have shown those messages on Twitter multiple times. I showed these messages of her admitting that she made those memes in videos multiple times. Okay. And that his Feld fam, I have messages from his Feld fam saying how nuts it was that she did that and that, you know, we got accused for it and everything else.
I have messages like that too.
Right. But yet Feldman puts them in the documentary and presents them like Bobby and us had made those memes.
Right.
When he knows and his team knows for a fact that SB, who is now, you know, Team Feldman, currently, that they know that she did that. And mind you, at this time when SB made these memes and made like was slandering and the fake background checks on Bobby, saying, you know, he was a rapist and all this stuff, Sarah was in a group and in contact with Sammy. Oh God, I gotta read that article. With Sammy Feldman's publicist at the time. And like they were all in cahoots with each other and doing this. That this is the same time, around the same time when they had the Madam M channel. And that was Feldman's publicist, Sammy. That was Sarah. That was the Hollyweed Mindy chick and her sister, who supposedly was an assistant of Feldman. It was Gina the hooker. Like, these people were creating channels and videos and memes and fake screenshots and text messages and nudes and to slander and to harass us. And we have proven that, but yet Feldman still puts it in his documentary and presents it as if it was us doing that.
And let's talk about how funny little story, how SB started the rumor about me and a certain person when we were out in California.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. So
I'm not going to say names, but
so Sarah used to work for the person that we were going out to dinner when Shannon and Bobby were here. Okay. And so she was like losing her crap at the fact that he was going to go to dinner with Bobby when, you know, he wouldn't talk to her and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so we went out to dinner. The guy went out to dinner with us anyways. And even as Shannon and I were getting ready at the hotel, Sarah called me and she's all, oh, if they talk about me bad at dinner, you better tell me, blah, blah, blah. And Shannon and I were just trying to get her, you know, crazy down a couple notches. And then it turns into like, you know, when we get back, oh, well, you know, Shannon, she slept with said person that went to dinner with us. And, you know, now they're saying that, you know, I had an affair with Bobby too while he was here in California. So, you know, it's like that's what these people do because
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life, aside from them trying to say that we're doing our own $10 million documentary. I mean, it's the most ridiculous things that come out of these people's mouths, and they just make themselves look like idiots, you know?
Yeah, it's like Sarah, I guess, apparently is so used to spreading her legs for any male that she's friends with. And that, you know, so, you know, obviously that's what Shannon and I and Cassette and I can't even, like, they've accused so many people of this stuff. Like, that's what we all do with our male friends. And the fact that these males, Bobby and said person, is, has a friendship with Shannon and I. Oh, and they don't want SB, or they're not as close with SB, or Bobby cut her off completely. Well, like, they can't comprehend that. So then they have to say, just make up lies and stuff like that. So
And
The
even if
conclusion I've come to,
the
I
funny
think, is that
the funny thing
what,
is
Stace?
Sorry, Stacey.
Stacey.
ooh,
ahead.
yeah, I think that I've come to the conclusion that a certain person, Sarah, enjoyed the 2-inch love pump a bit too much and maybe wants back on it.
Wait, what'd you say, hon? I can't understand you.
I think Sarah enjoyed the 2-inch love pump a bit too much the first time and wants back on it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The
Yeah.
thing is okay, and then sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you guys off, but while we're on this subject, even if me and said person had done anything like that while I was in California, why does that even matter? Like, I mean, who cares? Like, what does that have to
Right.
do with anything?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, nobody cares. So anyway, sorry. I just find it funny. It's just so stupid. It's funny. But anyway,
Well, and it's even more funny because after we had dinner, we sat in a parking garage, the four of us,
for like
for
4 hours.
hours, to the point where I literally got a blanket out of my car that I had in there from when I took the kids to the beach, and I put it on the ground in the parking garage and sat down because my back was killing me. Like, said person didn't even come back with us to the hotel that we were at, which, by the way, we had a 2-bedroom suite hotel, and Bobby was in the room with the 1 king bed, and Shannon and I were in the other bedroom with the 2 queen beds. And the rest of the time that Bobby was here, which I think he was only here for 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days, 4 nights, 5 days.
Right.
He was at my house and he slept in my child's room, and my husband was home the whole time.
Right.
But now that's another thing they started in the last 2 weeks, is that I cheated on my husband with Bobby when he was out here visiting, and then my husband has now had an affair with somebody else, and I'm just so miserable and unhappy in my life that's why I stay on the internet all day and call out Corey Feldman. Like, that's another narrative that they spin.
Yeah. They God. Stupid people. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We as a society get so many stupid people.
Yeah. Well, and then let's talk about the 911 call. I actually thought they were going to play more than they did, but the fact that they played 1 second of it was just absolutely foul and disgusting and disturbing, and shows
awful.
what type of people that these people are. And I don't understand how his supporters aren't calling him out for that. Like, why did he have to throw that in there? There's no reason why he had to play 1 second of that call.
That was
He
a dig
just
at Judy, plain and
yeah
simple. That was a dig
Yeah.
towards Judy.
he
That was
did
to
it to hurt Judy.
plain and simple. Period. That's it. It was
There was
Somebody, Bobby's
Go on.
chat says, did you guys all see the interviews with the ex-Angels? Feldman treated them like prostitutes as well as roadies, carrying their own gear, etc., and never paid them. Absolutely, Francis Marie. We just did an interview last week with Poena, his costume designer. And then Big Dre, the security guard that worked for Feldman for 20 years on and off, he came on towards the end of the interview. It's a long video. I think it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but we did that last Thursday. So, and I think, let me see, on Bobby's channel, I'm always going to call it Bobby's channel. It has 3.5 views. Okay. And Bobby now has 5,100 subs on his channel. I need to start calling it my channel. He's going to be like, quit calling it my channel. I told you I don't want it. And then on my channel, it has 3,400 views. Do you know how many you have it on the Feldfax page by chance? It's a few hundred, right?
Yeah, it's about 400.
Okay. And then on Kim's channel, it has 451 views. I do know that Monday night when his doc wasn't showing till Tuesday, in 24 hours, that video on my channel got about 2,000 views in 24 hours. My subs on, or my followers on Twitter, I gained over 100 followers in 24 hours. I know, Shannon, you got a bunch of followers on Twitter after we were named the hackers.
Oh yeah.
Stacy, did you too?
Yeah, my followers went up, and I've gained, I think it's 100 new subs on the Fax channel.
Yeah. So, and Shangy and the Feld fam members that, are constantly tweeting, posting, doing videos about us all day, every day, because they're obsessed. They're doing nothing but bringing attention to us and more attention. And there was one person, I was going to ask you if you knew him, Stace. His name's Michael something. Hold on. And
on Twitter?
Yeah, and I know I've seen him before on Twitter, and he was all on Shangy's Twitter the last few days. And I went and looked at his page last night, his Twitter page last night, and I had seen where he literally had tweeted Bobby's link to his channel like on Tuesday night and Wednesday. He was just responding to anybody's tweets, and he was like, this is the Wolfpack, and these are the ones that hacked Corey Feldman, even though the hacker people took responsibility for it, right?
Yeah.
So, and he literally shared the link to Bobby's channel 2 to 3 dozen times. I took 4 screenshots, and there was 3 links, 3 different replies with the links to Bobby's channel that he did, saying that we hacked him. His name is Michael Brandon.
No, I don't know him. I don't know him.
Okay, well, this guy was responding to people's tweets and putting the link to Bobby's YouTube channel on it. So I had been getting messages from people saying, oh, I found Bobby's channel, and I was sent the link and I watched the videos. I wish I would have found you guys earlier. Like, it's opened up my eyes to so much, blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah. So I tweeted the guy last night, and after I got Shangy's Twitter account suspended and deleted for his targeted harassment and doxing of us, then I looked at this guy's page. I saw that. So I tweeted him and I said, hey, Michael, I just want to thank you so much for, sharing the link to Bobby's old channel, which is now my new channel. With you sharing it so much, I got, over 140 subs in 24 hours and the views are way up. So, thanks, buddy. And then I think I said, and I've had people in my DMs telling me they found out the channel from you sharing the link and it has changed their opinion on Feldman. So again, thank you. And then I attached the 4 screenshots, which showed just in those 4 screenshots that he had shared the link 12 times, and he had done it way more than that. Well, I only got a couple hours of sleep last night too. I was up late, just couldn't sleep and had to be somewhere this morning. But anyways, I go look at his Twitter page today and he blocked me.
Oh.
Yeah, the truth hurts. He had shared my mugshot the night before on the Twitter too to Shangy and was like, "Isn't this Susie Q's mugshot?" Oh, well, yeah, that's been out for 2.5 years now on Twitter. Like these
Not
people,
the first time.
yeah, and I've had people contact my family, my husband. They have sent me messages on my Facebook page, which is my married name, and nasty, horrible, threatening, vile messages. And it was because Gina the hooker ran her mouth saying that, I hacked and that Shannon hacked, and because, I guess I'm the one that do the YouTube videos and whatever else. I mean, it's just absolutely disturbing and foul.
I've
I
had
know,
some beautiful ones.
yeah, and let's not forget that, just in September, July, August, September, for 3 months straight, the Feld fam members, they were saying that my husband was a pedophile. They were showing a fake background check, just like they had done to Bobby. Said he was a sex offender. It was, I was like, why are you effing kidding me? Like, my husband has a job where he has this high security clearance. Like, he has to work at SpaceX. Like, he can't even bring his telephone into SpaceX. Like, he is not a pedophile or a sex offender. But, they just went on for it for 3 months, even though it was proven that, the background check that they were using wasn't my husband. And to this day, they still have not apologized for that. They have not said, well, we did it because we were angry at you. They just, like to pretend like that didn't happen. But to the point, my husband's bosses were receiving phone calls at his work in regards to this. Like, this is the sick and twisted stuff that these people do.
Yeah.
And they did it to Bobby. They've done it to everybody. And they're continuing to do it to me. And that's why they're attacking Judy and, going about my mom, because they want to run me off the internet like they think they did to Bobby. They were actually just saying that, the other day I got screenshots of it of, Susie just needs to get off YouTube. Judy just needs to tell Susie to get off YouTube. Greg needs to tell her. And it's like, why are you guys so upset about what I think about Corey Feldman? Like, why does that, or what Stacy thinks, or what any of us think?
Right. Like, why does it matter?
Right. Like, if we're such,
yeah,
if you think we're lying and we're not telling the truth, then who cares? But obviously, that we are telling the truth. We back it up with proof after proofs, and we've shown so much evidence. And that's why you want us off the internet. We have 142 people in the chat, you guys, making it rain.
Well, and you know, these people that have just joined up with this guy in the last, I'm not going to say his name because, you know, I just don't feel like
Yeah.
name. These people, these women that have joined up with this guy all of a sudden in the last few months, that used to be, you know, all about the Corey Haim side and all about that stuff, you know, are just spurned women that now all of a sudden they're against Judy and they're sitting on this panel with this lowlife trashing Judy in a way I just can't. It's so disgusting. If any of you saw, you know, the video he did the other day, his letter to Judy, just it was absolutely disgusting. And
I listened to the first 5 minutes and couldn't listen to any more.
yeah, these women, well, it just got worse, Stace. These women that sit on this panel who used to adore Judy and love Judy and, you know, would do, you know, whatever, and they'll sit on this panel with this guy and listen to him trash a woman that that really none of them have ever even met in person. None of them know her. He especially knows nothing about her. And as a woman, to sit on a panel with a guy like that just shows what kind of people you really are. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting the way that they are, you know, going in on Judy. And I just.
Well, and they want to be like, oh, well, we saw the screenshots and, you know, oh, she was trying to get Corey Feldman's kid taken away because she said social services. Notice how they didn't show what what that conversation was all about, which
Right.
we're gonna try to get those screenshots and show them when we do the more in-depth discussion about the documentary. But that was when his angels were speaking out publicly and privately. We've had a lot of people come to us off the record that, you know, he doesn't even know. Feldman doesn't even know who came and told us stuff, okay? So a lot of people were coming to us at the time saying that there were drugs being done at the house and orgies while Zen was there at the home. We were told that they were making Darcy drive Zen to school after she had been up for days, and either she didn't have a license or there wasn't even insurance on the car. Was it the insurance thing, Shannon, or was it both? I don't know. It was one of the two. And that, like, Darcy would be like, I can't drive, you guys. I'm not okay to drive. And they would still have her drive the child to school. And this was also the time when they had sent CPS to my house saying I was a member of the Wolfpack, yada, 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 you know, made completely false claims. So, yeah, things were said in a private conversation, like, you know, they're calling CPS and making up flat out lies when they're the ones, you know, CPS, they're knocking at the wrong door. They need to go knock on his door, but they're going to knock on anyone's door. Like, did anybody ever call CPS on Feldman? No, nobody ever did. But they want to try to, you know, present the one screenshot, but they're not showing what Linz was saying that she had heard and what she thought should be done, you know, before that screenshot.
Right. They don't
No,
show
but I,
the entire conversation. You know, and like you said, it's so that they can twist it to fit their agenda. That's why they don't show entire screenshots. It's like the
Oh,
in the doc, you know. Funny. He didn't show, the part where he said it was payback time because of what her son did to him on national TV. They don't show that side of it because then they can't twist it to fit their narrative.
I'm trying to find. Oh wait, there you are. It's complicated. Let me give you a wrench. I want to let everybody know real quick. I just put up a donation fund thing. I didn't even think about to do it from the beginning of the show, but I am asking for donations right now because I am taking the legal steps that I need to take for myself and my family. And, you know, it's not just one person, it's going to be Feldman, but it's supporters that are harassing myself and my family. And I had a meeting slash conference call with a law firm yesterday, and we need to do some steps. It is gonna cost me more than I thought it was gonna cost me. So I am asking for donations. Yesterday I got $300 in donations, which is an amazing, start. So if anyone feels like they want to donate to myself for that, that is what the donations are being used for, is to help with the legal things that I need to do. As soon as those things are completed and the people are made aware of it, then I will share it publicly to show that that's what the donations went for. And to people like Tammy, who want to say that, we're horrible people because, we ask for donations, and, she claims we're using Feldman's name to make money. To people like you, Tammy, and to other people who want to say that, we have been doing this for 2.5 years. We spend many, many, many hours researching and doing what we do. Okay. And we could have been asking for donations for this from day one. A lot of YouTubers, most YouTubers have a PayPal or have ways for people to donate them because they're providing entertainment and all that. So I'm not trying to raise money with using Corey Feldman's name. I am trying to raise money to protect myself and my family legally in what we have to do. And if other people get to the point to where I'm at, where they need to do stuff and they need help, we will also raise money for them. And to anybody that has a problem with it, guess what? I don't care. Tammy, you put your PayPal links in your video descriptions now, and you sit there and talk hours about Feldman. And 1 month you're pro Feldman, the next month you're not Feldman. 1 month you love me and want to do shows with me about how the Feld fam treated you like crap, and they don't invite you into stuff. But then, as soon as this documentary comes out and it gives you something to talk about, then you're on that bandwagon again. So, think what you want to think, Tammy. I don't give a shit. None of us do. And then you want to sit there and give us grief because we don't show our faces. And it's, it's 2020 and people should show their faces. Tammy, have you ever heard of something called podcasts? Do you deem the people that do podcasts because they don't show their faces? Have you never heard of talk radio shows where people talk? If I don't want to show myself on camera because evil people like Feldman supporters, people like Shangy and SB and other Feld fan members like to cut those videos to make it look like, like what SB did to Jules, which, I guess that's all forgotten, even though it ended up Jules in the hospital and yada yada. But, SB had made it look like Jules was masturbating because she was itching parts of her body. SB even did that a video to me. So if Tammy, I don't understand why you care if you see our faces or not. Like, do you want me to send you pictures that you can frame in your house since you want to see my face so bad? Like, are you in love with me? I'm not sure what's going on, because it should make no difference to you if you see my face or not. Why don't you? I've shown my face before in videos and post recent pictures. Shangy's married girlfriend has never cammed up. So SB has never gotten on a live stream and cammed up. So, if people want to donate to me, then they'll donate to me. It's none of your business. And if we wanted to make money off of Corey Feldman's name, like, of all people, like we could have been, and honestly, we should have been. Bobby should have been asking for donations, because he did a lot of editing and everything else, which takes a lot of time. Tammy, maybe if you got your channel monetized, or maybe let's see if, instead of just posting your PayPal link, you ask people to donate to you, maybe you wouldn't have to send out emails to former friends of yours, former, people that, you flip-flop back and forth. Maybe you wouldn't have to, be asking those people to send you money. So, you're sitting there emailing people, asking them to give you money so you can get a new phone and food or whatever it is for that week. Maybe you should get your YouTube channel monetized so you get some money in, or maybe you should start asking for donations. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right, Tammy. You did ask for donations, and the Shoot the Shit stream people, they raised over $3,000 for you because you had to move out of your trailer, and you never moved out of that trailer, and you spent the whole $3,000 on other stuff.
Wow.
So don't sit there and act like you're all high and mighty and that, we're horrible people because I asked people to donate. And I've had plenty of people, and I just started asking for donations on January 8th. It was the day before my birthday, and I've gotten donations, and that was on my other channel. I have only asked for donations on my main channel, which is pretty much the Corey Feldman channel, I like to call it. I think this is maybe the third time. It's always on my other channel, and it had nothing to do with Feldman. And yesterday was the first time that I have actually said, hey guys, I need help, and I need help for these legal reasons, yada yada. The other times it's just been there. If you guys want to donate, donate. And I shouldn't even say we have great supporters and great friends that respect us and trust us because of the hard work that we do, and because of the credibility that we have proven to have in the last 2.5 years. Therefore, we have a great community that does donate to us and, everything else. So, sorry, I just went on that rant. But, oh my God, JB. Wow. JB just sent in $200, and he said for help with the lawyer. Wow. Everybody, please put hashtag Gun Squad in the chat. Thank you so much, JB. Seriously. Wow. That's such a huge help.
Thanks, JB.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Thank you. And for anybody who doesn't know JB's channel, he is in the chat under Gun Squad. His channel is hashtag Gun Squad, GUNNSQUAD. And I am doing an interview with him, holy cow, in 35 minutes. So
There's
I have to,
sorry.
gonna have to wrap this up in the next 10 or 15 minutes. But we are doing an interview over there. So, or I am, and I think someone else is joining too. Kelly.
Sorry, I just saw somebody in the chat saying that Judy is pissed and still wants money. Judy has never, ever asked for a dime, ever, in the last 10 years. And it really annoys me and that people would say something like that. When have you ever seen her asking for a dime? When have you ever seen a GoFundMe from her? Period.
Never.
I mean,
Well, yeah, it's never been about that with her. Oh my gosh.
no.
Jesus, hold on. JB just donated another $50 and says from I think he meant to say from the gun squad, or it says for the gun squad. Thank you. My gosh, you guys, thank you so much. Wow.
I mean, Judy.
But yeah, getting back to Judy, she's never asked for money. She never has. And you know what? I don't care if she did, because you know what? She might have to be taking legal steps too. And so if I choose, or if Kim or Stacy or Shannon or any of us choose to do a GoFundMe for Judy so she can get the legal help that she needs, oh, well, what's the big deal? It's not like she's saying, I want money because I know names of rapists and I'm going to hold on to them unless I get money. It's not that. And if people can say what the fuck they want to say, but that Judy has never asked for money. It's never been about money. You know, if it was about money, Judy could be responding to every interview request and talk show request that she's gotten, because you can get paid for doing those things.
Yeah.
Doing those interviews. So, you
Can
know.
I just say, like, even if any of us do raise money for legal fees, it's no different to what he did against us. So.
Well, I would like to say it is different, because he was asking money so he could make a movie to name pedophiles, while these pedophiles could still be out there hurting kids. You know, if Judy asked for money because, or not even her, if we decide to start a GoFundMe for Judy to raise money because she needs a lawyer to do whatever she wants to do, if it goes down that road, then so be it. You guys all think that she's living off of Haim's money and his things, and like she's got money. And like Jules and Dale know that that's not the case. Like, you guys know that. The lady doesn't even have a vehicle.
No, I can attest to this. I've been to her tiny little Toronto apartment many times. This, like you just said, she doesn't even own a vehicle. Okay? It's just the ridiculous things that people think and say just to try to get at this mother who is still 10 years later, which I think we all would as parents, mourn their child. You never get over that.
No.
And
No.
ridiculousness. Like, I saw somebody sent me a screenshot of this person on his live stream. I think it was the other day. I don't even know when it is because I don't really watch him. People send me stuff or I see stuff. With the same group of girls on his panel, he's talking about and making fun of the 911 call. That is the lowest of the low. This woman, who was battling cancer at the time of this, by the way, cancer that she was going through treatments that, you know, her son would take her to every single time, and then had to deal with this happening to her child in front of her eyes, calling 911 and trying to understand what the operator, is saying and being panicked and, just everything would go through your head during a moment like that. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be on a panel making fun of this kind of stuff. It's just absolutely and utterly disgusting. And anybody that supports that, you're disgusting as well. Sorry.
That 911 call broke my heart. It's horrible to listen to. So how can you do that?
It's absolutely disgusting.
Sick people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me say real quick to the people in Bobby's chat, I'm sorry I had my phone down again, so I wasn't looking at the chat, and I was kind of in the middle of a rant. There was people in there trolling, saying horrible things. I believe, removed those people. Someone said that I need to mod people in there. Unfortunately, at this point, just because I've been so busy and Bobby's been so busy, I haven't gotten the full access to his channel because he was trying to switch the email to his account and all that stuff. And last Thursday, I just needed to be able to simulcast the live stream at his channel. So I got the access through StreamYards, but it doesn't give me the access to his actual account where I can change the name of the channel because I'm dying to change it, and the icon, and to make people mods and stuff. So I will try to get that done, taken care of, because Bobby doesn't want any association with it anymore. And then it'll be easier for me because nobody else is over there that's a mod. So I'm trying to do the best I can, keeping my eyes on, multiple chats and trying to have a discussion and everything else. So I apologize for that, but it should be better now. So is there anything else that you guys want to discuss as far as the documentary put out there today? Is there any questions from the chat? I guess we should do questions from the chat.
Yeah, let's take a couple of questions.
You guys can put tag my name in it, or just hashtag Wolfpack, and then hopefully maybe it'll highlight it and I'll see it.
There was one thing I wanted to share quickly.
Okay.
I was talking to Dishwasher Blonde this afternoon, and apparently Feldman did a question and answer type thing after the documentary, but there was no panel. And a reporter was asked about Bobby Hoffman, and he refused point blank to speak about him. And his words were, he said, "I can't talk about him." So you can't do that about an abuser, but you can make a documentary talking about Corey Haim, and he's not here to defend himself either.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, how are you going to? Oh, I don't know. I don't even know anymore, you guys. This is why I haven't done lives in a while, because I have nothing to say. I mean,
and then it's so ridiculous and so manipulative, and the lies, and then you just get frustrated when you talk about it. Trust me. I just put the link to the article that the LA Times did. You guys, I was going to try to pop it up and read it. We'll save that for the second part too, but it's there if you guys want to read it. It's hilarious. The reporter was with Sammy Feldman's PR lady, and like Feldman went missing after the movie was shown, and he was supposed to do like a panel, like answer questions with all the journalists, and he was missing for like an hour, and she was like freaking out saying that, I'm gonna quit my job, I can't believe he did this, yada 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 yada. And he was probably digging into the bag of pills or the ketamine or whatever the hell he does. And then they talk about like then he showed up at like they went to the Rainbow Room, and they had like, and he was like freaking out for potato skins, and it's just a good article.
I want to see his potato skins.
That's funny.
Wait, do you have a connection for the donate site? Which donate site are you referring to? My Cash App or to Feldman stuff? Angie says, was I the only one who thought everyone made Haim on that documentary sound like a perv or a sex addict or IDEK? I was furious about that. Oh no, they wanted to slander Haim.
Yeah,
100%.
100%,
Yeah.
1,000%. Like I said in the beginning of this, that's all this doc was to get back at Judy, to get back at Corey Haim, and to get at Charlie Sheen. Period.
Yeah.
He has a beef.
And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, well, the Wolfpack's defending Charlie Sheen and he's a horrible people and his divorce papers, blah, blah, blah. I am not defending Charlie Sheen. I don't know much about the guy because I've never really looked into him or spent time about him. I've been told things, like I was told something in the like 2 weeks ago that like that lady that had the black book for the prostitutes, what was her name?
Heidi Fleiss.
That got caught. Yeah, like, and that Sheen was in there or whatever, and that there were hookers that were going to like to speak publicly about Charlie Sheen or whatever, and I guess a bunch of them like missing or they showed up dead or something. Now, I don't know if it's true. I didn't Google it to be true. I actually had said something to my husband about it the next day after I heard about it. And he's like, well, is it like, he's like, we watch ID all the time. And a lot of those ID shows are about prostitutes that get murdered. He's like, so is it just a coincidence? I go, I don't even know if it's really true or not. But I'm just saying, like, that's what somebody said to me. I'm not defending Sheen. I'm not saying Sheen's, was husband of the year or, is a stellar guy. I don't know him. Hold on a second.
Well, look, by all accounts, and knowing Judy the way that I do know that she was on pretty much every single set that her son was ever on. I do know that both Judy and his Corey Haim's sister was also on the set of Lucas the entire time. And that this supposed, rape with Sheen, I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous. It never happened. If you've ever been on a movie set, you know that the trailers and honey wagons that they like to call them are guarded. They have security around them. There's people walking around all over the place. Mind you, supposedly, according to Feldman, this happened in broad daylight.
I was going to ask you. Yeah.
It's absolutely ludicrous. It's a lie, and I don't know exactly his entire beef with Sheen. I don't know what he's thinking, and it's a flat out lie. It never happened. There's a lot I could go into, but it's not really my place, to talk about certain things. So I'm not going
Yeah.
to.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta address something real quick in the chat. I'm not sure what happened between Lost Kajit and Greg. I can't scroll up any further. Clearly, it's a misunderstanding because Greg, I know you don't know Lost. I don't like everybody thinks that I talked to Greg and Judy about the other like all the nonsense that goes on in the other communities. And I don't. And Lost has helped us tremendously, Greg, with dealing with these people that have attacked us and slandered us and everything else. Why doesn't he have a wrench? So he is definitely Team Susie. I'm not sure what Greg said. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll up. I saw Lost. I know enough about Shane Tardendale to know how irrelevant they are. Good loss. Well, okay, loss. You just don't know Greg very well. He knows that they have attacked and harassed us. He doesn't mean like they're irrelevant people. They like it doesn't matter what they're doing. He knows that what they're doing is absolutely horrible and disgusting. When he says that they're irrelevant, he means as far as them, defending Corey Feldman and trying to act like the information that they say in regards to Feldman is irrelevant. Like they're irrelevant trying to be relevant is what I believe he means by that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying something was said, I think it was last night, about this person and the people on his panel talking about Judy and Greg and things like that, and they don't even know this person, so
Right.
them is irrelevant. Like what this person says about them is irrelevant in their eyes. Like they don't care what this person says about them is what.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just a miscommunication. It's hard to know what somebody means a lot of times in chats.
Right.
Just by words without actually talking to the person. So yeah.
Yeah, and Loss, honestly, like Greg doesn't know much of the stuff that they do because I don't go to them with that shit. I'm not Jules. I'm not, Lynn's. I'm not those people that go running to Greg and Judy and are like, oh my God, they said this about us on the internet. Da, 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 da. So he honestly doesn't know a lot about the shit that they've done just because I don't bother them with it. So that is what that's about. So just want, I wanted to thank,
$25, she said.
oh yeah, I just got that. Thank you, Ashton. Is that how you say her name? Ashton?
Yeah.
Ashton. For the $25. Wish I could give more. You got this. Oh, that's plenty. Thank you so much. But obviously we are going to have to do more parts of this, you guys. I think it might be like a 4-parter or a 5-parter. We absolutely have to get Kim on here. So, and Paulina and Jackie and Big Dre. And if anybody else wants to join the chats at any time, you guys are welcome. Just ask and I can put the link in the chat.
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's probably going to be, shoot, I want to say Sunday, but then Kim, is she off on Saturdays and work? Like I said, it's going to probably be multiple ones. You know, we might not be able to all do it on one, so we can just kind of split it up and everything else.
Yeah.
Wait, JB, are we still doing our show in 15 minutes? Probably tomorrow. I got other videos to make today, and I don't want to do the Feldman Sheen video. Wait, sick. JB, are we still doing our show, you and I? Okay, yes, we are. All right, I just wanted to make sure. All right, well, then I want to thank everybody for being here and for the support. Thank you, JB and the Gun Squad and your daughter, Shannon, so much for the donations. It's taken a huge weight off my chest, you guys, because we can make progress legally with these people, but as everything in the world, it costs money. And, you know, I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, but then there was, you know, something blocking that light, and it was the cost of stuff. But we're going to get there, and we will be able to do the things that we need to do. And you know, this is something I personally should have done. I should have started this 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when the attack started on me. You know, Bobby should have done it. So, all right. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Shannon, for being on here with me.
Anytime.
And
See you guys all over on the Gun Squad channel. What time is it again?
it's supposed to be in 10 minutes. I have to say, I may have to run out to the gas station and to get cigarettes real quick, and I'll see. But it'll be soon, shortly. The channel, is somebody asking
What the channel?
Shoot, I missed it. The channel is here. Let me type it in the chat. It's hashtag Squad. If JB is still here, he can make a comment, and you guys can just click on his comment and subscribe to his channel there. I will also tweet it out and try to share it on my community page. All right, I'm glad. Okay, apologies were made. All right, I'm glad that was worked out. That's why, my husband hates text messaging. He hates it. And when we first got together, it drove me nuts. He'd always want to call, and I'm like, oh my God, don't you text? And he had like a super old phone when we started dating. Yeah, I mean, it was 8.5 years ago, but he still had like the Nextel beep beep walkie-talkie phone. So like he didn't even have a keyboard. And he would he would never text. And then he'd be like, well, you can't read emotion behind text, and you take things the wrong way. And then he was absolutely right, because it's happened to me so many times. And look, when they go screenshots, it's like, so it is, right. It is hard. It's to read people's emotions and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you again. And, go Wolfpack. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.